Have you ever woken up feeling like your energy was already slipping away before the day even began? Like the simple act of rising, breathing deeply, or moving freely had somehow become harder than it used to be? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not powerless. After 65, our bodies change, our minds slow, and many of us begin to feel as though the world is speeding past while we're quietly trying to keep up. But what if I told you that the first hour of your day could change everything? That 5 simple, gentle habits could help you reclaim your energy, protect your independence, and bring back the lightness you thought was lost? In this video, we're going to walk you through a peaceful yet powerful morning routine designed especially for you. No big promises, no extreme workouts, just small, deeply intentional actions that nourish your body, sharpen your mind, and reconnect your spirit. This is more than a routine. It's a quiet revolution, and it begins not with effort, but with grace. 1. Wake up gently with deep breathing and stretching. For many people over 65, waking up isn't what it used to be. The body feels slower. The mind takes a little longer to catch up. You open your eyes and already long for that next moment of rest, unsure if you'll move through the day or simply drift through it. But here's a truth we don't say enough. You still have power over how your day begins. Margaret, 72, shared something beautiful once. She said, "I used to wake up feeling like time was chasing me. Now I wake up and take it back." How? She begins each morning not by rushing, but by pausing. Before her feet even touch the floor, she spends just 2 quiet minutes with herself, breathing in deeply, slowly stretching, letting her body awaken at its own pace. It's nothing fancy, just breath and presence. But in those 2 minutes, something shifts. Her joints loosen. Her mind clears. Her day, once foggy, begins to take shape. This simple ritual is more than just movement. It's a quiet statement. I'm still here. I still choose how I begin. So many older adults believe that aging means giving up energy, clarity, or independence. But what if all it takes is a few small acts of intention to reclaim it? Starting your day with deep breaths and gentle stretches may seem simple, but that's the beauty of it. It doesn't demand strength or speed. It just asks you to show up for yourself gently and consistently. And the reward? A steadier heart, a clearer head, a body that feels just a little more ready to move forward, one breath at a time. You don't need to chase youth. You just need to meet the morning with grace. 2. Drink a full glass of water right after waking up. Once her breathing slows and her limbs loosen, Margaret swings her legs gently over the side of the bed. The next thing she reaches for isn't her phone. It's a glass of water, clear, simple, and waiting quietly on her nightstand. This small act, easy to overlook, is a gift she gives her body every morning. After hours of sleep, your body wakes up thirsty, whether you feel it or not. Muscles, joints, even your brain, they've all been waiting for that first sip. And Margaret knows that water isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about honoring everything her body did for her through the night. Breathing, repairing, dreaming. Hydration is her quiet thank you. She drinks slowly, sometimes with a slice of lemon for a gentle zing. Other mornings, just plain, cool water. Each sip feels like a reset button, a way to clear the mental fog, ease the stiffness in her knees, and invite her digestion to begin its gentle rhythm. It's strange how something so ordinary can feel like such a powerful ritual. But for Margaret, this moment is sacred. It's the bridge between rest and motion, between stillness and strength. And she's learned something along the way. When you hydrate first, everything else flows better, literally and figuratively. Her thoughts come quicker. Her coffee feels smoother. Her smile brighter. A simple glass of water, taken with intention, becomes a quiet declaration of self-care, of readiness, of choosing to nourish rather than rush. Because this morning isn't just about surviving the day. It's about stepping into it, fully present and fully replenished. 3. Light exercise for 10 minutes. With her body gently awakened and her thirst tended to, Margaret takes the next quiet step into her morning. She moves. Not for exercise, not for goals, just to honor motion itself. She doesn't go far, Sometimes it's a slow walk to the kitchen while the sun casts soft light on the floorboards. Other days, it's a quiet sway in the living room as her favorite old song plays from a tiny speaker. 10 minutes. That's all. 10 minutes where her body, no longer stiff from sleep, remembers what it means to be alive. At 72, Margaret isn't chasing steps or counting calories. She's chasing ease, fluidity, confidence in her own balance. Because when you don't move, the body forgets, the joints tighten, the muscles whisper in protest. And suddenly, the act of simply standing becomes a struggle. But when you move just a little, just consistently, you remind your body of its rhythm. Blood flows more freely. Your breath finds its pace. The stiffness softens, and in its place comes warmth, grace. And when the sun is out, she steps onto the porch, face turned toward the light. Morning sunlight, she's learned, isn't just good for the soul. It resets the body's clock, lifts her mood, and delivers quiet doses of vitamin D, gentle, golden healing. This movement isn't performance. It's preservation, not just of the body, but of spirit. A quiet resistance against fading, a promise whispered to her own bones. We are still strong. We are still here. And in those 10 minutes, Margaret isn't just moving. She's remembering how to live again and again. For eat breakfast properly to have sustainable energy. By the time Margaret returns from her short walk, her body feels lighter, her breath deeper. The morning is no longer something she's easing into. It's something she's in, present, awake, ready, and now it's time to fuel that readiness. Margaret doesn't rush into a heavy breakfast, nor does she skip it like she used to in younger, busier days. She's learned that what she puts into her body now determines how she'll feel by mid-morning, sharp or sluggish, steady or scattered. So she chooses with care. Some mornings it's a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with berries, flaxseed, and a drizzle of almond butter. Other days, it's scrambled eggs with spinach on whole grain toast, or a creamy green smoothie with banana, protein powder, and almond milk. It's never complicated, never flashy, just whole, honest food. The kind that gives, not takes. Because at her age, Margaret knows that her body no longer handles sugar the way it once did. Those pastries and sweetened creamers she used to enjoy, they leave her foggy now, make her crash. And she's not chasing spikes. She's chasing steadiness. A good breakfast, she's discovered, is like a quiet engine humming beneath her. It powers her thoughts, lifts her mood, and gives her the kind of lasting energy that caffeine alone never could. It tells her muscles, you're supported. It tells her brain, you're nourished. And even on the days when she isn't very hungry, she still offers her body something small, a boiled egg, a few almonds, a piece of fruit, because she understands now. Nourishment is not optional. It's an act of self-respect. By the time her plate is clean and her tea is warm in her hands, Margaret doesn't feel full. She feels fortified. And as she sits quietly by the window, morning sun spilling across the table, there is a sense of quiet pride. She has moved. She has nourished. She has chosen herself. And the day has only just begun. 5. Meditate and connect spiritually. With her body gently stretched, her thirst quenched, her limbs awakened, and her belly nourished, Margaret turns inward, toward the quiet space of her mind. It's not a ritual of candles or chants. No timer, no cushion, no perfect practice. Just a moment by the window, tea in hand, and a world slowly waking outside. Here, in this small pause, she lets her thoughts arrive without judgment. Some mornings they come heavy. Worries about family, about health, about time slipping through her fingers. Other mornings, they are light as air, memories of laughter, a line of poetry, the soft rustle of the trees. But every morning, she takes this time. Sometimes, she closes her eyes and simply breathes. In through the nose, out through the heart. Other times, she whispers a short affirmation. I welcome today with calm and clarity. Not because she believes in magic, but because she believes in intention. Because in a world that often moves too fast, these small inner pauses are how she anchors herself. She's noticed something, too. When she gives her mind even 5 minutes of peace, the day feels different. Her thoughts are less tangled. her conversations kinder, her steps more certain. This is an escape. It's grounding. It's choosing to respond to the day instead of reacting to it. And sometimes, before rising from her seat, she asks herself one simple question. How do I want to feel today? Not what she needs to do, not what's on the list. Just a feeling grateful, steady, connected. That answer, whispered only to herself, becomes a compass for everything that follows. And as she finishes her tea, Margaret smiles, not because everything is perfect, but because she took a moment to be with herself before the world asks anything of her. Habit 6. Connect with the world around you. As the warmth of her tea fades and the light outside grows bolder, Margaret rises with one more quiet intention, to reach beyond herself. She walks to the small table near the door, where her phone rests next to a vase of fresh lavender, and with a few taps, she sends a message. Good morning, Ellie. Hope the sun is shining where you are. It's just one sentence, but it means something, because Margaret knows that loneliness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just the silence after breakfast, the absence of a knock, the stillness of a phone that doesn't ring. And while she's learned to love solitude, she also knows the power of a simple connection, a ripple of warmth shared with another soul. So she reaches out, a text to a friend, a call to her sister, a comment on her grandson's latest photo, or a wave to the neighbor walking his dog past her gate. And when she steps outside to water her flowers, she doesn't just feed the soil. She notices the bird song, the shifting breeze, the children laughing 2 houses down. Even that is connection, a reminder that life is still moving, still pulsing with rhythm and breath and purpose. Because connection doesn't always require conversation. Sometimes it's just witnessing the world and letting it witness you back. And on days when her energy is lower, she'll open a book that lifts her spirit, play music that stirs her heart, or sit with her old cat curled against her side. Quiet companionship that fills the space between thoughts. Margaret has come to understand something many people forget. We are never too old to matter. A kind word, a listening ear, a shared memory. We carry these gifts, and giving them away costs us nothing. Yet what we receive in return is priceless. That one message she sent, Ellie replied 2 minutes later. You always know when I need a little light. And just like that, Margaret's day blooms open. And so, in the quiet rhythm of her morning, Margaret has already done something remarkable without rushing, without noise, without ever leaving home. She began by listening to her body, breathing, stretching, waking gently. Then, she gave it what it needed most, water, movement, and real nourishment. She turned inward for a moment of clarity and care, grounding her spirit before the demands of the day. And finally, she reached outward, touching someone else's life with just a few kind words. All of this before the clock even struck 9. No dramatic gestures, no strict routines, just small, meaningful steps, each one whispering the same message. You still belong here. You still get to choose how your day begins. You still matter. Because independence isn't just about living alone or refusing help. It's about presence, confidence, that deep, quiet knowing that you can care for yourself in body, mind, and heart. It's a freedom to move, to feel, to connect, to live with intention. Margaret knows there will be hard days, mornings when her knees ache or her spirit feels heavy. But she also knows that showing up for herself, even just a little, can change everything. One stretch, one sip, one kind connection. And if this morning didn't go perfectly, that's okay. Tomorrow is a new beginning. And the next morning after that. Because at any age, especially after 65, the most powerful thing you can do is simply begin again. One breath, one step, one morning at a time. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment with number 1 to let us know you watched the whole video. We appreciate it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more great content. See you in the next video.